All right. Hello and welcome to the ARK Arena #1. So, ARK's first tournament, and I'm Lord Helmet, and with me is Cole.
Robot call. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, we're having a little bit of a technical issue on Cole's camera, well, or
I'm an
whatever.
NFT from the multiverse.
Yes. So we'll have to make do with what we got. This tournament today is sponsored by Xborg, Loot Rush, and Cross the Ages, the company. They have provided us with a lot of uh, goodies to hand out. Later on, we will also have a lore competition about quizzes. And yeah, so let's just have a quick look at the bracket, and after that, we can probably get going.
Let's go. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Lord Elements, for being our host as usual, and ARK for organizing this tournament where we're going to see, like, for my part, it's going to be the first tournament that I really see with the 30 cards deck, with the new add-on, with like new players, Japanese players coming over to take the crown. We have Nana Magari that managed to squeeze his way into top 8. So that's gonna be nice to see. Pretty lot of nice names too. Bookit, Crypto Shoe, Bookit beating Babavos, which Babavos is a monster in the leader in the ladder, but we've also seen him take down tournaments. So always a good one from Bookit, which is a regular. Also Jojo that we play against a lot in the ladder. Don Drogo, Satoru Goju, Clapper that has been defeated by Nana Magari. Clapper, which a regular from the Fight the Team in the CTA streams of Tuesdays, and Juwembu. A lot of hard to pronounce usernames, but I'm gonna get through it.
Yeah,
Right
so
here. Oh yes.
that's
Oh yes. So Tech 60 Bookit won over Crypto Shoe, and Tech 64 also won over Jojo, I think was his opponent. We
yeah.
have two classics. So is it no affix tournament, or
No
did we just
affixes, no affixes at all, so it's just
I love
pure
it. I love
classic.
it. Honestly, for tournament, I really like this structure of no affixes, and actually that's what we're running in the CTA internal tournament too. No affixes, just pure gameplay. Okay, so we see him shuffling back a light field, or did it?
Well, he kept the light
Or
field, I think, in the end.
either he kept it or he drew it on the first end, or he did not get
Ooh,
time to mulligan. I think. Did you know? I think he might
that's
have missed.
maybe he missed, but he's not suffering.
No,
That's a pretty good stack.
that's a stuffed end. So we have obviously power stacking with massive Amrock and Brentnold against another copy power. So copy power is against again the underdog on the Arcom advantage, which is maybe a little bit more of a problem for a controlling deck, a reactive deck like copy power. But you just gotta know how to use your leader proactively. Like recently, I've been playing a lot of low power copy power leaders, like in the mid game or even early game, just to get a good position out of it, and that actually throws your opponent off because it would not expect you just throwing it like that,
Yeah,
and that can, especially when you have the Arcom disadvantage, because you're not going to be able to really like profit from it, especially at eye level. Nobody's going to let you
yeah. And
do
here,
that.
nobody wants to put the second card in a string of things because
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
everybody
they don't want to start.
they're playing corners.
Okay, that's
Oh no,
nice.
Bukit only has got really big stuff. So let's see where he goes. Obviously, he will make some type of trinity here with something now. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
that's.
not maybe not a trinity, but an affinity.
Oh,
Uh,
it's gonna soon snowball into a trinity, actually. But yeah,
yeah, I
so
mean,
so he has to think. Yeah,
yes, yeah, that's. But then obviously, yeah, the fire doesn't really work because it's hard for anyone else to take a fire there and
true.
actually overcome that.
He's
So,
probably not gonna want to put his Sarach either, but at least if it takes back with the nature, which
yeah,
can be easily. So right now, for the people who actually manage to think a lot ahead, they would have to think, okay, if I play this Arcom, is gonna most likely answer with this one, and the answer would be, and like you have to think like probably three take back ahead to know if you have the positive outcome. See, so we could have expected the nature here simply because of the simple affinity with light.
yeah,
And the take back with fire, is a bit
It's a bit risky.
light,
Light
but
air
it's a bit
is
light. Yeah, it's a bit light. Sorry. The take back with light could be something also with the field. The thing is, this is good, but
it's a little bit
you got to
risky.
think it's yeah, it's expected. You got to think it's expected.
He's hoping that 835 is going to be enough. Will it? I think he.
We lead, so that's like that's
I
pretty
mean,
close to being enough,
he
but
has his big light as well, so obviously the hope
can
is
take
he
it
will
back.
take it back. But yeah, it's a risk.
So we'll see what Tech does because Tech doing that either well so that Bukit would not go ahead with his leader play and think that it seems too obvious and he's not going to risk it, or if he did that, that means he had a good way to take back, and those good way to take back would like kind of only be taking back the leader, because if he takes back the water, it doesn't break the Trinity. He could take back the light on the left also,
Yeah,
and that would cut the Trinities, and that would be a small play. But then Bookit would have a really good take back also in A2, taking back the lock and everything.
okay, he's doing it in that direction. All right, yeah.
So breaking. So now Bookit would maybe like to lock something on the left, but he
Since he
cannot.
has his leader, so he has two, so he could do the Earth and go around and get the
Oh
everything.
yeah.
But
Or I could play the 650 Earth on A3 too, on the left of his leader.
yep, yep, yep.
Just
Just to lock stuff up. Give the extra
s-
boost to your leader, so it becomes 935,
760.
which is, but he's going
Yeah.
for the fire, which is also a nice one there because you have,
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. That's two Trinities.
yeah,
That doesn't add any. And Tech doesn't have a good take back. It's like his Dark Leader doesn't get into like either the dark, either the fire, either the air. Nothing.
of course he's because he's a copy leader, so it's still fairly large now, right? It
Yeah, it's
is.
705. But if the Dark's gonna get a new affinity thanks to the Sarash, or to this one,
He went with the Earth to go around,
okay. Just scoring one less point of Trinity, but he prefers to keep
but
the
it's,
Sarash.
yeah, I think it's to protect against a large darkness. If he has a large field, he could have taken all the way down.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If he plays Field Darkness and another Darkness,
Yeah,
then the Darkness would have taken back the Sarash
yeah,
and plunged that. Yeah,
and
that's
then it would
true.
have become very difficult.
And then he can also now the the weakness of Earth are nature and light, so he's able to protect his Earth.
So this is an interesting here now. Obviously,
Oh,
hmm,
we're gonna see this.
would you
Yep.
play? Yeah, I guess you
I guess it's too good, right?
drop the light.
It's locked up. Still, you still can't take like Tech playing this Earth. Obviously, took back some position, but also ensure that it will still not be able to get inside
Yeah,
again, because we saw that like Tech probably didn't have a lot of big card except his leader right now, but because his leader was not favored at any time, but he also didn't play much of anything else.
yeah. Bukit has a fairly comfortable lead now,
I think
46 versus 72.
this nature play without counterback was really like an audacious play. That basically it meant like book it, I can take back your leader. Don't play your leader because it's a trap.
Yeah,
And book it was like, well, let's see about that.
yeah. I'll see your trap and I'll raise you another one.
And I can understand him, It's like sometimes I play into the trap or I try them now that we have some hand RNG and like you have to draw your cards along the way and loot them. You don't always have your answer right now.
Yep,
Right away. Hmm.
exactly. All right. Yeah, I think this one is okay. It can
Yeah,
go down there, but well,
just
mm,
stemming the bleeding. And then we have, yeah, a
and
little
if
480 then can be very nasty. Very nasty. So the advantage, see, like we have two supposedly control SA,
yeah, he went for the
where
big one. Yeah,
one
uh,
has the advantage over the other one. So you could expect Bookit to keep it and just try to take back whatever happens, but he also played it proactively, like ensuring that it keeps his
yeah.
chain
He
for
he
the whole
just needed
game.
a little bit more points, and that was that was that.
That was the first one.
Yep. So that
Give me
was
more, give me more.
yeah, and they go straight into. We'll
Into
jump into
game
the
two.
second. Yep. We'll jump
Okay,
into
so
the second
now
game
they
too.
both have to change their decks, and so we're gonna see two new decks with two new outcomes. But maybe we'll see if someone brought up the lineup of three power stacking. You know, it's like, what do you like?
Yeah,
We could
we shall
also
see.
do it like the same, but the other way. It's like same same outcome but different essay. You know, you
Yeah,
could
yeah,
do.
yeah. Well, you can't do that in this competition, but yes,
No,
you
no,
could.
not on this competition, of course. It's
But
like many
yeah, for sure.
tournament format possibilities.
Yes. There's a lot of stuff we that the game as a whole can explore when it comes to the formatting, and I know both Sammy and other people have been very, or in the olden days there was a lot of talk about draft, and I'm sure it's sitting in
Yeah,
the
well,
wings, but
well,
we don't know too much about it yet, and
when
yeah,
you were saying that, I thought immediately about draft. That would suit really well. A draft, or even like a draft in like Gwen style. I don't know if you see how
yeah,
Gwen drafts is like you pick a package of three and then you add them and remove them, and you could have like a core deck and then draft packs of three and then okay, I remove this light and this air because I just got this one. There would be a lot of ways to explore in
yeah,
PV, some kind of PVE environment, even also PVs. There's
yes.
some PV that's going
Let's
to be
just
coming.
jump in quickly to the brackets and we see just where we ended up.
Oh yeah, exactly, because a lot happened last round. So
Yeah. So Juju Miju, he did pull out the win there,
yeah,
uh,
2-0.
and Satoru
Sad
Gojo also.
Torugoju, 2-0.
And we have what we just saw, Bukit in Tech 64. So Bukit is one up, and yeah,
And
we'll see.
Jojo lost 2-1 and Crypto Shoe lost 2-0. So yeah. A lot of Jews.
Yeah,
Juju, and Biju.
we'll see if
Maybe having a J in your nickname is actually something pretty powerful.
we can see if they are our players are getting ready to play.
Hmm.
So yeah, I guess the FX changes are coming soon, but I guess maybe after the
Yeah.
event
Yeah.
finishes. The
Probably
event
after
is
the
just
event,
wrapping up now,
nearly
and
done. Nearly done. There's gonna be a first new way of handling the affixes. So we've heard. Oh, okay. Let's talk about it after
yeah, let's go.
gameplay.
All right, Bukit playing second, classic. Let's see what did I switch it up to. All right, he's playing fire.
Oh, he's sending everything. He has like his
Yeah,
perfect crab, but it's just sending
he's
everything, even the
debating if
field,
he's want to keep that. Click the confirm, otherwise you lose it. No, he
just
lost it.
like that.
Too
Ooh,
late. Did he make it? He made
yes, he
it. He
did.
made it. That was so close.
I think he trained a little bit to know how much. Okay, so we have a power stacking again, and power mirror again. So we have like two aficionados of their own.
Yep, so now we have okay, we continue with the yeah, stacking and earth copy as you said. Yeah.
But this one take as the advantage, the Arkham advantage, unlike last round.
Yeah. Now it's
Player one, what is he gonna do? So starts with a dark. Okay, can be a bit dangerous because now if like Buki just lays an air card in diagonal, he already has a potential crab. Not that he has to use it, but he can just leave that there and have a
but do you,
really good
uh,
Sarash setup.
yeah, but I don't know, do you want to waste your Sarash on that? I mean, okay, it's a I guess relatively safe. Well, I'm not sure if it's safe versus the copy because it's too early.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of actually taking it, but just positioning it, you know? Once you have
To
those two here, like basically your opponent is not allowed to play in either of the holes, and you can just start playing elsewhere.
true,
And at some point, you can just take back from here and maybe put a light in the follow-up somewhere along the line to get. But
true.
it's true, I agree with you. I wouldn't just go like full crab and slam it right now, not at all. Um,
Let's see.
Especially since he would have to do it first, then the other one could just take it from the other side. And we have so Easy once again trying to
Good.
say,
Isn't a good
go
drop
ahead
there?
with your
The
leader.
nature, yeah, nature in the corner. Open up with a Trinity. Seems like
Yeah,
a
that would
plan.
be nice. That'd be nice, but no nature in his hand, so we're gonna see a first loot, I guess,
Mm.
because this earth is not amounting too much.
Now,
This little
if tech drops a nature in the corner, what do you do?
well, now it's Bookit's turn,
Ah, sorry, yeah. So book, yeah, yeah, yeah.
so maybe like he was thinking of dropping the Saraj there, but because he saw
Ah,
that Tech
that's it.
last time
Mm.
actually didn't have it.
I think he was hoping to draw one of the smaller fires. That would have been, I guess, another option.
Good stuff. Then what was it? So it's
Yeah,
actually just preventing. See, he
yeah,
thought about what you said. Is like I don't want him playing a fire. And then nothing here.
yep, yep,
I'm
yep,
just,
yep.
I'm just.
Let's see if tech will really go risky and put a nature in.
It's a nice play, especially as player two, because he can allow himself not to be too proactive on the trinities, and like there's no trinity from tech, so there's a lot of
Yeah,
board building possibilities where you just drop cards, not eating anything, just thinking of a better board state.
yeah. That seems.
Now tech, what would he do? What probably a small nature on, like if he had a kobold over that Chris cat, that would be really nice. Kobold over Chris cat.
Yeah, that works.
Otherwise, what would he do? A little fire over the herb, even though that wouldn't be best because you can still get attacked by the light. But yeah, in the idea, that's what I would try to do, like do some small start of Trinity
Oh yeah, he went
if I
for that.
could, which you can't. So now we have a
Mm.
once again a really a spot for a good spot for nature or a big nature because
Yeah, big nature would be ideal for
not even
Bookit.
because like the Chris cat takes back the Ronan, so you can put your nature in double Trinity anyway.
Yeah, but no.
But no.
I mean,
Well,
I guess he could just go for another light, but it seems doesn't
I think
actually
it
do
makes
anything.
sense.
Doesn't
Like
do
book it.
much, but you flip some cards, you make some points.
Yeah, as player two, that can be enough. Then the thing is that, like you might start to be in the trap of just building a square board, like where you just a
Yeah,
Tetris board where you fill everything up, which is not at your best advantage as player two.
no.
You'd rather create some like you could even just go play like on the other corner right now because
Oh
it
yeah, and he
depends
did.
how scared he is of the nature, how big it could be. And see, that's good. It prepares a simple affinity to attack with his Sarash if Tech wants to play the most humongous nature he's ever heard of. Then
Mm,
it's not gonna work out.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So we need to play the nature maybe in B3, just next to this new engine. But that
B3.
wouldn't
Yeah,
be so crazy. No.
yeah. Bookit is out of draws now, so he's stuck with the cards he has. I
Yeah,
think.
and we see, yeah,
Yeah. Is that a problem, you think? Because you cannot see how many draws your opponent actually have.
yeah, that's actually in the works
Okay.
of coming back. So there's this, and we're actually pushing also for the number of cards in your own library, so that you
Oh, you
actually
can.
can calculate your odds of left cards, especially now they're 30, and like we see some more gameplay, like Mr. Regame or Daniel plays a lot of this, where you have like three times the exact, like three 590s dark or three 585 air, and you can actually calculate like I've got 20 cards left, I've got two of them. It's like
Mm.
how much should I loot? How much? What are my odds? We like to calculate.
Yes. All right. He dropped the water up there just to. Mm.
So see the small nature, of course. He plays the kobold
But
for
it's
spread.
a little bit too small of a nature. But I guess up there in the corner you can just do something. You flip some cards, make some points, but not really setting anything
Yeah.
up.
So how would Tech has to go about this? Go about this.
Because there is no, it's very few. I mean, he could drop a nature in, I don't know where exactly though.
He's first. He's first. Yeah.
A small
He's
nature in
first. You can
C3.
see that Bookie is actually well. It was lucky on that kobold right now, but he's actually laying nearly an impossible card next to the each one to make trinities. We have dark,
Yeah,
air, water, nature, another air. So we have the little time bomb on the right that nobody wants to trigger because we all know what happens when you're first one to trigger those. You might
yep.
end up on the wrong side of the stick.
Okay. Unfortunately for Bukit, he doesn't have a darkness or anything like
Yeah,
that.
well, I think Tech with his big earth in hand and the Ronin at the bottom was actually trying to trap Bukit into playing a darkness. So
Hmm.
I don't think he's going to be too unhappy not to trigger it. It's true that it does have a lot of little cards.
Well,
I could see Bukit just playing a water
next
next
to
to the
the
fire.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
just continue what he was doing and try to create a central corner.
Yeah, because that can get a bit interesting as well. I'd say second player because you can flip so much stuff just
Mm,
spiraling outwards.
It's like a puzzle.
Yep.
So when that happens, it's the problem is one player not being able to like create his own trinities, maybe by lack of similar elements. Oh, he's doing it
He went
here.
on that side. Okay.
Pretty similar in the
Yep.
like the philosophy. Now, Tech really wants to break
Uh,
a bubble right now.
I
I
mean, Tech,
think.
will he go for the B2, drop a darkness?
Yeah, B2 or C3, but I think he has to break a bubble. He cannot allow himself to just continue this. That's not gonna be, except if he has like already. No,
Yeah.
no. Because the only way to like one of the good way
Oh,
to
but
get
he's
out of
running
this,
really, really low on
yeah,
time. He needs
it's a
to.
pretty brain pulling one. It's a
Yeah. Okay, he went
so
there. So
he's
now,
continuing.
um,
Must
okay,
have
I
a
mean,
good plan.
phew.
Good plan. So what could work?
I mean, the Earth
Ooh,
there, obviously, but it's not ideal. But it's not.
Tears there because right now Tech is a little bit ahead in terms of points of
Yeah,
eating up. So if he can keep his advance and just make some really good locking units,
he
a unit that cannot
has. He
take
only has
nothing else.
21 seconds left for two cards.
Well, let's hope that he already thought about it beforehand.
Yep.
And Book is actually it's a pretty unorthodox game.
Yep.
It's really funny to see.
Yep. He went for the Earth there.
So yeah, Bukit obviously right now was like had to play this. He has to play the board shape and not
Yeah,
anything
he
else.
needs to get ahead on the points at the end of his turn, at the
So
end of
this
the round,
one
basically. So,
like starts to create Trinity. So he wants to take some points. It's a really good place to put it because the water doesn't take back the dark, and also the earth
uh,
is protected from the leader. Okay,
okay, okay.
and so now 765. Yeah, of course, it's 765 with
He's
the
probably
attack affinity.
is he gonna drop his, but it's not good. Hmm.
Maybe he shouldn't. I don't know. If he's 26, maybe he can play a 450 water in C2, for example,
Yeah.
trying to log this. And then just now that he's in front, that he's ahead in points, he could just count on being a player two
Yeah, he's also running out of.
to win
Ooh,
this game.
oh, he's going for it, but
But he's
because
going for it. Oh,
okay,
but here.
yeah.
Did he have? Ah, he still had the Ergin. Okay, so he's doing it here. Why? Because it's kind of similar. It's making less trinities, I feel, but it's taking more cards.
I
On
mean,
the
it's
on the
it's making quite a lot of points though. So
yeah, it's capture point. The difference is capture point. So of course we have the Earth field that
but
we knew he had all along,
yeah.
and
Oh, he went there. Is it enough though?
no,
I don't
not
think
even
so.
close. I think
I don't think
because
so.
he's not.
He has the big, yeah, has the nature. Well,
Uh,
he just have to drop his light, whatever, but it's not gonna be enough. But ooh, yeah, he did get one. Oh yeah, he held on. Well,
Yep. Yeah. I think Tech played his game too much. Like he really played the control matchup as if he was player two, but he wasn't. So it's a bit hard with copy power because you're used to being like even more than power sacking. I feel like really the control player and waiting for the perfect moment to put your leader and whatever. But especially as player one and against a player who plays like Bookit did, like just breaking every opportunity, you have to you have to start something. Yeah, you have to start your Trinity engine. Otherwise, this is gonna happen. So, like in some of the changes that are coming, we have the to- the score shift that's gonna happen at every game
Yeah,
to like balance the possibility of actually being playing like Bookit played, because if the goal of the game is like 50 or 55, then a player like Tech would have much better opportunities to actually grab the final score. And so it's going to be diversify a bit this type of strategies that sometimes can be a little bit too automatic in some setup, even though you still have to know how to play them out. It's going to have some more change.
yeah, exactly. All right, all
So what
right.
are
I
you
think
playing these days, Lord, with this new 30 card? Are you still trying to go on the looting side, or?
yeah, that's what I played way too many matches in looting and failing. I didn't have too much time to play these last couple of weeks. I didn't. I mean, I only managed to get to like level what is it, 27 or something in the event,
Mhm.
which is problematic. But we'll try to get some
Live.
more games
Yeah,
in.
well, I must say that I'm on your side. I played way too much of looting, not too enough. Like
It's
looting can get you to a certain rating, but then it's pretty hard to. There's also like some stuff that are in the grounds for, uh,
yeah,
balancing the super odds. Not that we had a better visibility of what you guys were gonna do with the 30 cards deck, and what turns out. So, you know, we didn't forget him. We didn't forget him. Like it got better with the 30 cards. Like looting
a
was
little bit. But I think
we thought it was gonna be a little bit better, but it doesn't just
yeah.
show that power. That power.
I'm wondering if one thing is that maybe you start with one more loot counter from the beginning just by having it in your deck. But anyway, we can
Mm.
think about that later. We jump into the game now.
Passive effects. That's interesting.
Yes, I'm just throwing it out there. All right.
Table
Let's see.
classic.
Yes. Ooh, yeah, it's.
Okay.
Oh, he kept. Okay, it's interesting. Because I've been
That was
doing
a
a lot of
fast.
I'm doing a lot of calculations on the initial mulligan. So when you should and when you shouldn't, what you should. I guess it depends a little bit on your deck, but yeah, what you want to keep.
Look at this end. 485, 585, 685.
It's a lot
Now
of 85s.
that's something we like to see.
But that means that he's actually built these decks because he likes the 85, I think. He's doing this
It's just a
intentionally.
fan. Maybe he's born in 1985 or something.
So we have Satoru Gojo on the left, and we have the Mojibu.
Mujibu, yeah, Mujibu.
Jumichibu. Jumichibu.
Chumijibu, that's nice. Chumijibu. On the right, with again the affinity reinforcement nature. So he has the positive matchup on the outcome of the leaders. Is he going to use it proactively, reactively?
Yep.
He started with a light, of course, like one of his favorite outcomes for nature, and we see
But
uh,
I find Suturu's deck interesting because he has both 580 and 585. He has a
yeah,
lot of middle cards here.
yeah. And we see that those middle cards are in the Archons that are weak to his leader.
Yes.
So he's gonna do what I call a Mr. Regem style.
Yep.
Like he wants to put like those mid-range card in one or two affinities in the middle and just come and slam them
Yeah, exactly.
with his leader from the back.
Exactly.
So now he's thinking. So of course this big air card would fit nicely to take a. His opponent is on the no, I think, because he plays some 585 dark too. So it's did he counter
Yes.
exactly that deck?
They have the same decks.
So we see player two can always allow himself to do some weird like non-proactive play in Trinity wise because
Yep.
he has a little bit less the obligation to start. And we see, ooh,
Yes.
that's nasty.
Yes.
That's nasty. And yeah,
Yes.
and
Luck.
he could have smelled it. That's actually his deck that does that. But
Ooh, he dropped that one. Okay. He dropped
the 480.
yeah, the for it. Yeah. Mm,
So there's like, do you want to play? He didn't want to play his big air basically last turn. I
yeah.
think,
No,
maybe he
you don't
had
want to do
to.
that. It's too big to just drop for that purpose, but
I kind of agree, but also, sometimes you don't have the luxury to have
Mm,
those type of thinking.
no,
It's like
does he?
now is locked. It's not really nice position to be locked in. Water card can come and
Yeah,
start doing some a lot of damages. So he has
yeah,
to
yeah,
break this somehow.
yeah. Yeah. He's not. He's gonna
Okay,
ignore it and do his own thing there on the side. All right.
fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, the water could be taken back, yeah, by the dark after. So
All right. All right.
we
And
see them delaying, but there's like you see compared to last game
okay,
where
here
it
we have
was a
a
lot of delay.
Trinity coming in.
Okay, double. Oh yeah,
Yes, that's a good one.
that wasn't that wasn't the best play probably from
Yeah. Jumijibu.
Jumjibu
Jumijibu.
Chumijibu because he
Correct.
gave yeah, no, he
Still,
thought it was
still,
going to be
still.
big enough probably, but
But he created here now an
and
interesting
yeah,
position
we're gonna
there.
see a lock. I think we're gonna see a lock of that Trinity with a small Earth right now.
Oh yeah, that Trinity is hitting nice there.
Well, that's what I don't know. That's what I would do at least. It's like in such a game that started so slowly on point. If you lock those 3 points of farming,
Yep, 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 yep.
it can be taken by a light,
Oh,
but it's not.
okay.
It's
He's
not.
not going to.
It's not. What is it?
He's debating it.
He wants to keep this pocket. I think this pocket is safe enough, basically, that he doesn't need to play in it, which is a
Mm,
fair
well,
point.
he did drop his big light, so he would need to have big water, and would you waste your big water there? That's the question, I guess. So he's locking in that. Well, that does make your air quite big there, so that's probably not. And he has a good.
Yeah.
He pulled away now, dropping these, holding on to
Well,
these trinities. It's a lot of points quickly.
yep, it's true, and it cannot be broken. Okay, so that was pretty fair. But now, like the thing is, the leader can take back the Earth card now. By doing that, he opened the way from the Chris Cat to the Griffin or Eagle. I'm sorry, until the Troll. So he could break all the Trinities and have one affinity setup leader that is strong against water.
Mm.
And he had a 585 fire that could have been pretty damageful here.
Well,
So
this is he gonna drop the water leader now? But it's not enough, is it?
I mean, it's not going to close the game.
Well, I mean, you will get two trinities, right? You have the fire and light, and you have the
But
fire and darkness. So two trinities,
yeah,
is it enough? Is it too
it's
risky?
pretty violent.
Yeah, it's pretty risky.
It's pretty
But your
risky.
leader, it will be 960, right? Can you overcome that with 960?
Does it? Yeah, it does get two. So I think your advancement will not have any buff. So we know it's 685. So it would need like a very, very big field,
Yeah,
very big field to get over that.
yeah. So I mean that would lock him up pretty good and
If he
create two
doesn't want to,
pockets. But maybe he wants to leave that to be able to. Okay, he went with
yeah,
the
I was gonna
safe.
say
Just look
the
up that
other one.
Trinity.
This one. So why the nature instead of the earth is because the earth could be taken by a water and create a lot of trinities in that
Yeah,
corner. Without here to take the nature, we need the earth,
yeah,
and the earth. Well, it's going to be hard for him to take the nature with the earth, and it's not going to create as much trinities. So even though the earth would lock with an extra point of trinity right now, it's still more solid to lock with the nature because
true.
it's less dangerous on the throwback.
Yep.
But he also, by not,
This,
taking the spot in B2, he also enables, still the capture of the Earth by
he went for it. He
Chumijibu.
went for
He
it.
went
He
for it.
went for it. All right, let's
Well,
see.
it's kind of like it sounds like a trap, but sometimes, what sounds like a trap isn't a trap.
The thing is, he will get quite a lot of points because you have a lot of trinities here. Some massive
So
amounts
yeah,
of lead. It's hard for anybody to actually catch up with this.
it's hard.
Okay.
It's hard. Well, this game, like the first Cocopelli that was played, was a big turning point.
It
Yeah,
wasn't big enough.
it
He
wasn't big
was
enough.
10 points below.
10 points below. He thought he was going to be able to. He's like, okay, if this calypso is A, I'm good.
Fir-
Oh, B, sorry.
yeah, first
If this
game
calypso is
to
B, I'm good.
Satoru Gojo. Yeah,
GG,
yep, it
GG,
was a good
and
game.
yeah, we saw some like Drew, like Drew made some. I wouldn't say questionable play, but it's true that this nature like was enabling a big air card. So did you think there was no air card because the dark was unattacked? I don't know. Mm, there was a nice beginning for him with the luck of the dark and the fire, but didn't manage to build anything above that. And we saw Satoru Goju being very patient, not rushing into taking anything, playing down this corner light earth, kind of like stalling until he
Yep.
was able to make a fast entry. So yeah, we see Affinity power stacking a little bit, as you can say, hard to catch up. Of course, it's something that we're monitoring very closely and that will be addressed as
Yeah, I mean,
necessary.
especially, I mean, the really big cards, when you power stack on them, they can become
Mm-mm.
really big.
And that's not the most flourishing experience one can have of the
And
game.
also, it's quite difficult to acquire those cards. All right, we go straight into the next one.
Level 72, we can see someone
Been
has been
playing
playing a
quite
lot.
a lot,
Yeah, because
yes.
this level gets hard to
Yeah.
to come by at some point.
Oh, he
Okay, the Cassius. I really
he
like
even
the
plays
case
the
the
Cassius.
Cassius.
It's just like, yeah, why not?
That's
Why
that's a
not?
nice. That's a really nice.
I'm like, how does he fit all of his cards in his deck? It's
Yeah, I see two, and once again we see the Mr. Reagan style 570s dark leader of
yeah,
Earth leader that's gonna take them back. Look, we see the Sarash that is 690, so it's gonna be able to take back either of the darks with a single affinity.
yeah,
It's yeah, it's this long string of that makes the deck kind of a constructed deck in a way.
yes.
Okay, so nature,
All
and
right, he
so
drops it
we see
there.
so that's what
Okay.
I was calling the cavalier style. So basically,
Because trying to force an early pocket.
what he's gonna want to do is probably drop a Earth card,
Mm,
like a small Earth card in front of the water, and be able to take back with like his leader, his dark leader, and create two trinities out of the take back. But we'll
yeah,
see, because the Earth card needs to be small, but small in a way, but big enough to take back the water. So it's gonna be pretty hard, because like his leader is gonna be what, minimum 695 plus banner 705. So 705, hopefully for him it's a bit bigger than that, but he's not going for it.
all right. So, Cassius in A3.
Cassius in A3 could
But
work.
but it's not great because then you open up for a similar retaliation
Yeah, in the
in
pocket, and then,
B4, and then you can't. It's hard,
but
but maybe he's gonna do
oh,
it anyway. But the
he's gonna
problem
do
is
it
because
anyway.
then he will take it, and then you have to go somewhere else because you don't want to play directly into the pocket. Unless you play, yeah, if you play there to break the 3-1 and put it in the middle, do something under the,
Yeah, put it in the middle would be good. Or A6, if you put Cassius in A3 and the guy takes back in B4,
yeah,
he's gonna probably attack back from B2 on top, and like with a water, and create again a trinity while cutting the one from the bottom and just leaving this pocket unattended for the rest of the game.
yeah. But it as first player, it's quite nice to break the
Yeah,
pocket creation. But he went with this one. Yeah, that was.
yeah, but as first player, you also need to create trinities.
Yep, 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 yep.
And we've seen,
We'll probably see either a darkness in B4 or a water come maybe in B4. Well, maybe not a water in B4 because he's not
mm,
gonna.
mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll see what he plays. We'll see what he plays. He still has his leader. What would the leader do here? Would be only in a simple
Uh,
uh, a simple affinity, and it could be taken back by Earth, and the Earth would it be in double Trinity. So that's really, I think, a no-go to take with when you know, especially that there's a Earth leader in front.
Yep.
So right now he has to either attack the Cassius directly or maybe attack the Faustus with an Earth card.
Yeah, this was
Okay.
what I was thinking, but it was not enough to overcome the fire. But I guess he's just breaking it and
In a
forcing
way, in a way, it's a
Satoru
good
to.
thing because then he's going to be able to take back from the top. Like
Yep.
if this, he leaves himself the possibility, like to probably take back from the fire at some point.
Yep. Yes. True. 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 I also.
That's one of the good ways to break the pockets, putting a weaker card that's going to be taken back from the outside.
And also, I mean, obviously, Juju Mijibu, he's playing with Banner, which we don't see super often.
Super often. So that's what we said. Like knew this was going to happen. Like leader in double trinity. Like
Yeah.
there's no way he wouldn't. So of course now the dark is way too big to be taken back by the fire. So
Yep.
let's forget what was said earlier.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
now,
Oh, he's going. Okay, his darkness. Where is he going to go with that one? Up then. It's
yeah, here.
okay. All right.
So what
All
was the
right.
field about? The field's about protection.
Yeah, I think it's protection. Yeah.
And there is a counter field. But what is that counter field gonna bring?
Ooh, that's just one
Oh,
short. I think
oh yeah,
he.
that was some. I was like, why does he play so fast? It's like
Yeah, he
because he
canted.
miscounted.
Yep.
Well, he still have a very good
I
like
mean, he just dropped the
water.
water in the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
water G4 is pretty nice because he's ahead in points, and
Yeah.
it's like not a really locked up trinity, but we can see that it's pretty safe. And
He's just playing.
because he doesn't want to leave a.
Yeah, and then he can take the. Okay, then he can go around like
Okay,
that
he'd rather give back the nature
to get
to his
another
leader.
yeah Trinity there to try just score some more points quickly.
But leaving this leader with the nature field can be
Yeah,
dangerous. It's
it's a
only 830,
yeah, it's a little bit risky, but he got lucky there. I guess
but
he.
it's still taking back everything. Oh my god, I think we're seeing a we might we might see a throwback of this game.
Yeah, that's he's coming back.
Of
30-27,
course,
and now it's not so great.
slight mistake from the fire field, you
If
always
he
like
had had
sometimes.
his if he had had his fire field now, he could have done some real
Oh
damage.
yeah. Oh yeah, that would have been real. Oh my god, he's gonna be biting his fingers right now.
Because now he's a bit stuck here.
Yeah,
Yeah, he goes go for
that's
the
kind of the
simple.
last turn play that he had to do, and now we see like there's no more difference, and probably we're gonna see a lock of the leader somehow, or a lock of the water card, or maybe
Yeah,
just a take back on the dark, like
either like a small earth probably maybe, or a small
mm,
fire, I guess. Uh-huh.
okay, just a straight
Light.
lock,
Okay.
straight lock. He feels good about it. Sting. So that's a nice
That's
comeback.
a few there. Yeah, that's a few there.
Let's see
That
what's up.
scores quite a lot.
Yeah,
He's
that's
very
got quite a
I
lot
mean
at
I mean
785.
yeah,
Yeah,
if that might
I was
yes.
looking that water seemed pretty good because like the leader dark was pretty uncontested in a way, and that water was really a weak entry point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like putting that 460 light, this exactly the same one, but in B1 above the water, I think that
Yeah.
would have been a
Safer
maybe a
play.
risky play.
But
Maybe
yeah.
yeah, in a way safer, but riskier. It's kind of funny. It's like is look if
I
you
think
look at
he has it now, right? It's so close.
uh,
So
oh
it's
yeah,
too much, way
so
too
that's
much
2-0.
points. Yeah, that's 2-0.
That's 2-0. So that was a lot of back and forth in this game. Honestly, I was like, oh, this guy's gonna win, not this guy's gonna win, not this guy. So Satoru did win 2-0. He prevailed. He
Yep.
prevailed, like good gameplay. Maybe gameplay, hasty gameplay because this Firefield. But what does it happen? Like only yesterday I was like playing my 740 against the 740. I was like, sometimes, kind of feel ashamed every time I do that. It's like, just want to
Everybody
scoop
does
right
it.
away and tuck myself,
Everybody
but,
does it now and then. It's
it's
just the
like,
way it is.
like,
So I
and
guess
so
we.
is this final BO5 or is this final
So the final is best
BO3?
of three as well. So
Okay.
because we only asked because you can only play a deck once.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Um, so obviously then, well, it is what it is.
No, it's
So
just simple
anyway,
question. What we're up for, it's like just
because 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 we're only
I'm
allowed
as
people.
uninformed
Yeah, because the only people are only allowed to play once with each deck, no matter if
with
they
the
win
check.
or
Yeah.
lose. Otherwise, they would have to prepare five decks, which is a little bit excessive.
No, I say so. What we did with the like for the internal tournament, we it's going to be a BO3 with only two decks because some players from just started playing and we don't want to impose too much card possession on people. So they're gonna have two decks. So if you 2-0, it's fine. And if there's a third game, everybody must bring the deck that lost.
Yep,
Kind of. So
exactly.
that's gonna be. And then it's nice to see the matchup between a deck that both players are supposed to know. See how the brain reacts to. Okay,
Yep.
it's gonna have this card. 2-0,
So
2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-1. Only Jojo could put up a fight in the semifinals. It's like it's been a straight 2-0 crushing on every other side. Well,
yeah,
Book It, honestly, if you're in my opinion, and not to discredit Crypto Shoe, but Book It is just a machine in those tournaments usually.
in
So I
all
was,
tournaments, he's been in all the
yeah,
export. He's in the export that is coming next Thursday as well. He qualified for the top 16 there as well. So yeah, he's a
it's
machine.
like I've never seen him, but it's like we're friends forever now. It's like and
Yeah, it's
Satoru Goju. I was less sure, even though I felt like it was going to be him, but he had a lot of opposition with Chu Mshibu and even Don Drogo, which
yeah,
is maybe not quite there yet, but it's getting there for sure. And then Amagari, we had no idea what was he going to bring to the table. So it's kind of sad we couldn't see the match for real, but okay, next
yeah.
time.
I think we
And
are
yeah, we
about
have
to.
our probably our two favorites in finals, and that's always a good thing to see.
Yep, yep, yep. I think our guys are just getting ready to click
So
go any
we see
moment.
we know two power stacking from Bukit, fire and air. We don't know about the third deck. And from Satoru Goju, we've seen the power stacking Calypso water, and we've seen.
Yeah.
Sure, my brain freezes. I remember so well. It's I told you details
Ah,
yet.
yeah. What
That's
is
so
it?
good.
I had water on the last one. Water and fire, right?
Maybe
Uh,
fire.
Book
Oh no,
it.
Earth, Animal.
Earth.
And it was Solis and Animal. Yeah, exactly. It was Solis and Animal.
Oh, we shall
Smooth
see.
700.
All right, we are starting. So, all
Air
right.
versus water. All right.
So we have Book it on the left and Satura on the right.
Window mode versus a full screen.
Yep.
Two philosophies, two school, two school of thought. And same school of thought, Mulligan wise, everybody's shipping
Yeah.
everything back.
Nobody got anything great. So let's see here now. That's not looking too bad.
So yeah, we've got Satoru Goju with his fair share of mid-range cards and his big predators, while Bukit is a bit lower, but it's always the occasion to make a really good use of those small cards in the early. So what is he going to choose to do? Leading, I would say, was probably an Archon close to his leader's affinities, yeah. But in the corner. Start in the corner. We often see like corner starts. It's in first position. It's not that I'm not too fan of it, but it narrows down the possibilities of the game a bit faster. It's like starting in the middle can allow you to jump back into different possibilities, and also allows the player too to put less distance between you and him. By starting in the middle, you kind of forced to be kind of closer to him. So,
Yeah.
but as we said, different schools. All right, they both have simple affinities with Earth, so they're pretty happy about this. Maybe even Satoru could have played further.
Let's see where they take these here now. I mean, they both know each other. They both play regularly against each other, I
Hmm.
think, on the ladder. So it's
I wonder if they have a special deck for this event, if they actually think. Oh, did he loot his light clan?
I'm not
Did he
sure.
just do a light field? I think he just looted the light field. Right?
Hmm.
That seems surprising. I think with those little cards in there, I would have probably. And it doesn't play a 490 Sea Drake. You could see sometime when you have a lot of like 490s. A little 490 Sea Drake pairs up well, but it also pairs up well with the 475. So.
I think Saturu's deck is like what, three, four big cards, and then more in the middle.
Yep. So there's the philosophy of I can take back whatever my opponent does, and there's the philosophy trying to make sure that I can take back at least what I'm doing, because you're never guaranteed that you're going to be taking back what your opponent does or that you will have the right answer at the same time. So you can try to be proactive with your own like mid-range cards and just attack them. So you have to make sure to kind of play them in the open,
Hmm.
always have at least 2 points of attack. So sometimes it's not possible, it's a bit sad, but
Yep, yep. They're uh, they're taking their time to think.
yeah, it's player two, say it's player two, no need to start anything, so it's just want to see,
Yeah.
just want to see. Like Bookit is not drawing a lot of those strong cards. He's still struggling. So he could start maybe like with a fire above his earth, or he does with the water. Like the fire would have been a dark bait potentially for his leader,
Hmm.
but he preferred to stay
It's just locking up his
safe, locking up the earth. One step at a time.
and waiting to draw a darkness or something. I don't know.
Okay, and see, it's like, well, of course, Bukit cannot even start it, but because he doesn't have a lot. But as soon as you start putting out the big guys, then sometimes it often fall into like a big guy counter big guy. And when you're not sure you're going to be able to win this war, you don't have many, you might as well start it as late as possible.
Yep.
And actually, the fact that Satoru Goju plays some mid-range cards actually pretty good for Bukit right now with his low end because
Yeah, he can't take those back. Whereas,
and there's no power plays to do.
yes.
You know,
Yeah, they're.
he's gonna have to make a choice.
Yep.
Somebody's gonna have to start their 0-0. 0-0.
That's not gonna do anything though. But I guess he's lining it up.
Was lining it up for what? Earthfield later? You just want to break the possibilities of trinities for book it.
Yeah.
It's like you're not gonna make some. I don't make some, you don't make some. And if you make them, I can take them back. It's like dark on water. And then if he goes dark on water, then at least he would have his own earth to get the trinity back
Yeah.
in the flow.
I guess maybe a light.
Oh, he was trying to trap out. Okay,
Yeah.
locksmith.
Yeah.
Lock and key. No, he refuses. He refuses to do so.
It's or the start the back and forth and dropping one in the. It's gonna be B2 to take the Earths, make some points, 6 points. But then Satoru has to counter in C. Okay, he went
Oh,
with that. He went with the.
slightly bigger still makes the block because there's double affinity on the water. And so now
I guess. Yeah.
now still not many trinities possible for Satoru.
Well, he could drop a fire, I guess, but
Small dark still doesn't have a small dark.
uh,
Could drop a fire, but that's not the best fire of all time. Could drop the Sea Drake, maybe a bit better. Sea Drake, double Trinity, double Affinity.
Mm.
Starts to do something. The Sea Drake would be needed to attack in B1, so that's good take back possibilities. He could want to do it with his leader in a way, but not really because it's not making trinities. So, well, you could try to put the leader and then his fire card on top on the next turn, and then but then the dark would be potentially dangerous. Yeah, he goes for the Sea Drake. First points, first blood,
Er,
first blood.
yeah.
Actual first blood. So the importance of locking in those kind of games is that when you take a card, it can be taken back, and so it's not really a true gain of victory points, because your opponent has the ability to just take those points back. So if you manage to just take a card and kind of lock it in the process and make it that the other person, or if you take two cards but you can take only one back, that's how you're going to get your little point advantage and just have those very little points ahead, but are enough to secure the victory.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's still with an average end of 460,
I went for that one. Yeah. Okay.
which we know is a price to pay sometimes when you play min max.
And Satoru will probably have to do something about that, right?
Well, there's still no Trinity started, but he couldn't start one, could he?
He could maybe drop his big water.
Or just play the small dark, the small. Oh,
Fire.
no, we're on
Small fire.
Satoru, sorry.
But he's really low on
Still
time.
no,
He's
still no
12,
Trinities.
12
Yeah, 12
seconds. I mean,
seconds.
he might just lose on that because he has
It's gonna
just,
be Blitz playing on the end.
yeah. We could still have a little bit more time to think here, and because nobody's opened up with any big stuff yet, so it's like, yeah. I mean,
For example, why doesn't he play his leader here? It's like the leader is not going to be that useful anymore. You know that Bookit's not going to offer you like anything, and the leader would have started to farm trinities and being really hard to
yeah,
attack back, as you know. So he's afraid that he has seen zero big guys from Bookit, so he's afraid that he has all of them and is just waiting for this to
yep.
enter. But
We know
850
better
is
though. We know
we know
better.
better, but
But yeah,
he should know that 850 is actually really big.
yeah,
It's really hard to take back. You need a 705 dark or something, or a field plus something. So that was big enough, I think, and that would have secured him a little bit of advance. It's a bit of a
but now he's also. But they're both running really low on time. They're really thinking hard
yeah,
here.
it's a tournament. It's a tournament. Honestly, it would be probably misplay from them not to optimize the time. Like people so always are like, oh, but it takes too much time. Yeah, but this time is here for reflection. Why would I not use it? That's a lot of people are
Yep.
stance on the matter. So
As long
now,
as you can drop the stuff fast enough.
yeah, that's it. So he's doing with that because it's not taking back the water. It's not the craziest.
Needs to
The only problem is there's no treaties from.
he needs to really drop
Oh
something
my god,
quickly. Drop.
it's
Book it.
it's blinking red everywhere.
Yes, this is
And it's
scary now.
like, you had to do it, see, and I still have my cadets.
But
You
he
had no
flipped.
choice.
But now he's gonna drop his and. But it's
Yeah.
it's an
Ah!
yeah, it's enough to.
Ah! I was like, didn't work. Yeah, it's enough.
He should probably have dropped his Earth instead, but then he wouldn't have flipped anything. So I think Satoru might pull this home, right?
Yeah. I think he's gonna pull this home for sure.
Because
Even though he's still not making any Trinity point at all. It's like
Book
this
it
game
is
has
run
had
out of time
zero
anyway.
Trinity points. Yeah, he was dead. 1-1.
1-1. Well, no,
That's no, is
it
it?
was the first one.
No, it's the first one. It was the
It was the
first one.
first
Sorry,
one.
it was so long. It was so long. That
So
was
Sotoro won, and
Bookit 0. So we saw,
yes,
absolutely zero Trump from Bookit, but we also saw that Satoru didn't have to play any Trump cards really. He just played with the small card. He kept his Bryn Olem Ramrock in hand the whole time. Just did not rush on his Calypso. He knew that the the confrontation was inevitable as player two. So like Bukit would have need to play his leader proactively way earlier, like trying to set up in double Trinity somewhere, which he
Yeah,
didn't
but
manage to.
he knew that. I mean, obviously, as soon as he played his leader, Satoru would just pounce on it because he happened to
Yeah, but
have
that's
the.
why you have to try to put it in double affinity, like really
Yeah,
early. The thing is, if you
they
have
were both growing, so yeah, he might be able to hold on to it.
yeah, exactly, and try to lock it right after because once you have if you have nothing in end, you're not gonna be able to bluff the whole game. You know, you have to
Yeah, yeah,
try
yeah,
to secure something, farm the points, take some advance, and now the time that the guy realizes you have nothing, then
yeah.
hopefully it's too late.
Yep, 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 yep.
But
Yeah,
it was a really tense game.
yeah, he just couldn't get the leader there for Bukit on the last. There just wasn't anything. I don't know if he could have played anything else. If he had played the Earth there instead, I think maybe that could have held, but I don't think he would have gotten enough points because you don't have enough chains to actually
That's the thing too, yeah.
to do enough.
And
So
that all comes up at the end because you were not able to get enough Trinity points and
exactly,
secure them,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
so yeah. But,
So we're waiting for them
we'll see
to.
what they prepared. So of course we think that Bukit's gonna take. Uh, I believe Bukit takes his Sarash, and we have the Earth, Solis, and Hannibal in front. It's gonna be nasty again.
Yeah, that might be bad. Yes, I don't know if they know what.
Yeah, did they watch the semifinals? Were they able to? I
I don't.
guess
I'm not
it's
sure.
a friendly ARK tournament, so maybe they didn't bother to do that, but
Yeah,
they could. Information, it's actually a big issue, like how to handle information in such like TCGs. At some point in Magic the Gathering, there was a very big problem. Like people were organizing in scouting teams, and they had like an online web page where they would scout all the name of the players and the deck they were playing and constructed. So as a team, and it was totally allowed. You can't really ban that. Some
yeah,
people were even hired as scouters on Pro Tours. It's like pay you the trip, pay you, and you just tell us what people play, so that when you come up and you choose your starting hand, you already know against what you're playing. So what
exactly.
Wizard did, they came up to the solution that everybody open deck list.
Yeah,
Everybody sees the deck list of this opponent before the game starts. So at
exactly,
least
exactly.
you can't punish someone for being a lone player and like have someone gain such a great advantage because he has a pool of helping him. So we're thinking on that also for the main tournaments.
Yeah, probably
If
have to
it
do
can be a
something like that.
problem.
But
Open deck list. Oh, so this guy has a 585 nature. So it's also bringing some depth into the
they were not
thinking.
quite
Fire,
ready yet. Almost ready.
fire,
Going
fire,
back and
fire. Oh
forth.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were launching, but okay, yeah, yeah.
I think they were close to.
Yes, they're quite close. So the question is for the bigger tournaments. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of thoughts going into that, how to make that as fair as possible,
Mm-hmm.
and about if you how long do you have to play your set of decks through the whole tournament? Is there, day one? Is it between,
They want
X
to
amounts of rounds and then after that you can change your
update.
lineup or
Yeah.
and
Well, the
maybe
change
by
of lineup. The
maybe
thing
by
is,
then, yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, they
No.
started.
Okay.
Let's go. So yeah, it's a bad
S-
matchup for Book It again.
Again, and he knew it, but it's still. Well, maybe he didn't,
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure he knew it.
same lineup, same lineup. Luck sometimes. Who's first? Who didn't get to catch that? Okay, we have 705, 710. Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
I have similar hands for now. Keeping the 50 field. Even being able to threaten some good outcomes for Trinities in the early. Oh, he was carefully choosing his emotes.
Mm,
Ooh, a little bit of 85, 45. Once again, we see the stats lining up.
yep. Let's see.
It's like, please don't touch me.
Okay, let's see.
I'm just gonna
Bucket
put my
playing
dark next to it.
playing second now. Is he gonna try to force? I mean, especially when you're playing the weaker element, I think you have to even try to force pockets more, so you can get an opportunity to play your or force your opponent to play his leader,
Hey.
so you have some options. But oh yeah, that's always a fun one. Five eight
Yeah, but
five four.
you gotta make sure that the pocket has no trinities around it.
Yes, I
Because if the
know.
pocket has a trinity, it's gonna end up being the opposite. You're gonna have to break it in a way that you're
It's
not gonna
hard.
like.
Yes, yes, yes.
And now it's like, yeah, nobody expects it. Everybody expect the pair of 460s and whatever. It's like nobody expect a pair with Coco Pelli.
Yeah,
All right. Is he gonna, as player one, he might be interested in taking back disco. Oh no, not disco ball.
yeah. I
Yeah.
went this one. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a little bit of an opportunity for Bucket to make some points,
Yeah. So what would be nice here, like an Earth,
but he doesn't
A
really. I mean, he
Fire,
can drop the light. Then he
or the
gets
Sarash.
four trinities as well. Well, sorry. Yeah, on
Or the
the
air.
water, the
He could
air.
play the
Well,
same. Yeah, next to the cobble. Is that what you meant?
so
Mirror play.
yeah. But then probably Satoru will play his small light there and take it right. Well, it won't go to. Yeah, he will get another. Yeah, or he won't have
So
the
we
water.
see that Pukit is playing the straight min-max strategy, as we will call it. You know, it's like just the small cards,
Yeah,
no upgrade, no, so
and
just like min-max
as many
pure.
big
And
as
you
you can
know,
fit.
yeah, and this 640 is typically the, okay, I cannot put a max anymore. How much do I have left?
Yeah,
640. Okay, that's cool. And we have Satoru Gojo, who actually saw a little bit more ahead, which, you know,
but we have battle for trinities
doesn't.
now. So will he play his light now on B2?
Okay, still not. It doesn't have a fire. Fire would have been nice here, and he really has to take it otherwise. Okay, okay. The air, the
Yeah, he
light.
went with that. Yeah, the 4-8
Yeah,
there. You will make the trinity again. It's just
fighting for that Trinity. Is it a remake of Matrix? Or?
I guess darkness, but then you don't. Then we break up the trinities and there is no more. Mm.
Like at any time, Satoru Gojo can do a
Or
small
we play
extra
something now in
piece.
B3 to make a pocket there, but I'm not sure if it's a good one.
Well, if you had a fire, well, why with a fire? It's like double Trinity. Yeah, but this he knows it's not gonna hold. There's like a very well, it would hold. Right now, it doesn't have a field. Like if he plays his Sarash in B3, like you said, just
He was going there instead.
it's like double affinity on the Sarash, including like taking back Trinities.
Not sh-
That's a
I'm not
really
sure, but
interesting play. So it's
that
taking back up until here. It's putting one affinity only on the.
yeah, he basically wants it to be taken so he can retake it with his water.
Yeah, and he actually wants it to have only one affinity so he can retake it with water. You're
Yeah,
entirely right. If he's putting there in two affinities, then he cannot take it back with water, and he's
yeah,
gonna be disappointed.
yep, yep.
So, where does
Ooh,
Satoru stands in this? I was like, yeah, I was gonna say, don't fall into the trap. It's like, okay, you want to take your sandwich back? Well, I'm not taking it,
I'm not taking
bro,
it.
bro.
Okay.
And you just let your Sarash go, and so he knows like the fire's gone, and he has something that takes back fire, which is water or earth for sure.
Yeah, no,
Otherwise, he
it's
wouldn't do that play. And what is good against fire or earth? Against water or earth? Well, nature. So
yep,
that
yep.
was really good counterplay from Satoru
6-4,
Gojo.
and his air is just a little bit
A
too
little bit
small.
too short. That's often the case of your like middle, like what I would call the middle card of the min max.
Yeah,
Whatever you manage to cram in, that's around 630, 640. It's like always feels too short, especially because it's not too short in itself. It's just that you play the min max game and you're letting stuff go way too late, like way too high, but you can take them back with a really big card. So when you do that all the time, and the card that comes up is not big enough, well, you have to face monsters. You created that situation.
Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, he's a
So
little
I
bit
say
in a he's in
I
a
really
bind
like
now.
the min max that you can see from Pops or from like Lolomi or whatever that are actually only like seven massive trump card, four 700s for example, like really massive trump card, but no 640, no whatever. You know, they will probably most likely play some 535 instead of the small commons,
Mm.
but they will not play a 640, which is going to be unsatisfying in most of the cases.
All right, but
Oh,
Satoru
so
is pulling ahead with his
yeah.
trinities though, so it's a bit of a risky. Well, he's
Are we
trying to
gonna
force
see?
it here now.
Are we gonna see a 2-0 from Satoru Kochu? What can he do to secure his positions? A water? The water would take nicely, giving an extra. Okay, no. Okay,
I mean, yeah, this one is a pretty good play. It makes it pretty hard for.
because water in A2 gives an extra buff to the light, to the Chris Cat, and
Mm,
takes back stuff. But he could still play his leader in A2, creating trinities.
yeah,
But no,
he's hoping that it's going to be big enough.
that's also creating a trinity in a way. Well, a trinity with the Sarash.
I mean, yeah,
And there's no affinity in attack, and it's like, okay,
he did it. He knows it was a risky, but I
yeah,
think yeah he's safe anyway because Bukit just didn't get it. He didn't
yeah,
get
and he
it.
doesn't have his
Yeah, this is I think it's game.
yeah,
This is hard
yeah,
to
hard to overcome.
yeah because
And you know, it's like, okay,
Satoru is
okay,
gonna lock
Bukit
up.
wanted to take the water with the Sarash so that he could take it back himself. But what if he played it on B3 and Satoru could not take it? So
Yep.
did it like it was like for sure he's gonna have the earth field to take it over. And that's really like in this CTA, you have sometimes to take odds, you know? It's like I'm doing this play and it's gonna work out. And he must not have, but if he has, like if you play for the too safe all the time, then sometimes you miss an opportunity, but maybe.
And I mean, he had the field as well, so he could have gambled, play the field as well on top, and hope that
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
totally.
sure that your opponent will have the field. So
Well, usually if you need your opponent not to have the field, you don't have any incentive to play your own field because, well, if he needs to have it anyway, it's gonna get destroyed.
yeah. Okay, Bukit is
7-10.
going to be
Yeah.
out of
Sorry,
time.
Buckets. I know you don't know what it feels like, but that's called losing, and it happens to everyone sometimes. And that's how
Yeah,
we learn, apparently.
yeah. Well, then he will just lock something up
Staying,
there. Yeah, we get
staying,
another
staying.
Trinity, and yeah, I think that was that.
That was that.
Ooh,
Oh, the 680 just for the flex, for the late
yes.
flex. GG
GG.
Satoru Goju 2-0.
Congratulations to Satoru. Very good. Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah, very swift gameplay. Honestly, I'd like for me the player like Bukit was really strong during all the other matches. I felt like his gameplay was a little bit more questioned right now against Satoru Goju. Maybe the opponent was kind of harder than the previous one, and Satoru Goju played really well, both at the table and in the deck building, which is also stuff that goes pair.
Yep.
And we have seen the weakness of the strategy of Bookit, which in one game just drew only flat 460s, and in another game was unable to pull his gameplay exactly how we wanted to. And Satoru Goju, being a little bit more maybe like diversified, was able to grasp on
Yeah, he has a little bit
situations.
more of a mid cards, but they also have this because they are playing the obviously the stack in hand, and it feels like that is a strong with his combination. So he kept the stack in hand through the whole. I assume probably through all his three decks. He has probably
Yeah,
three element leaders that are 700 plus and stack with that, and then probably three. Do you think maybe four? Three other big cards probably, so four big cards in total. You think they're playing with that?
You think you're talking about Satoru or
Yep,
Bouquet?
Satoru.
Satoru's probably only have three big cards total because we've seen like couple of 580s and 540s, and
Yeah,
kind of have to fit them somewhere. I think
yes,
maybe you probably have only three like real trump cards, like 700 plus, like we saw,
yeah,
and maybe a bit more like of diversified strats. Since
yeah,
he also not only did he play mid-range cards, but he also powered up his commons to be 485, and all that kind of adds up. You need the deck power
yeah.
to fit it.
Well, that was
Mhm.
some good games. We apologize for the
Yes.
first game. That was a little bit of a disaster, but sometimes technical problems happens. And
Yeah.
yeah, we had a tournament, and we will
It
have
was very
more.
nice.
So I hope you all will join us for our next tournament.
Are you happy?